Hello, my name is Shannon. I'm here today with my local sporting hero, Geraldine Finnegan. And thank you for coming today. Would you be okay with answering a few questions?
No problem.
As a child, were you very active?
Yeah, I was extremely active. I used to cycle to school and I used to run a lot to the shops.
Yeah.
I actually could tell you that I probably never walked anywhere.
Yeah.
I was always shouted at for running everywhere
Yeah.
when I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah. Were you into any particular sports?
I started off probably with netball because the school taught netball, and I probably started athletics at around 12 or 13.
Yeah. What steered you in the direction of athletics?
Probably I had a cousin who did pretty well. He was a forward meter All-Ireland champion, so he was the first person that I kind of knew that could run pretty well, and because he was in the family, I kind of admired him and thought, oh, he's good, and he sort of came to watch me running once and told me how to run, because you think everybody can run, but it's actually there's a technique and everything. So he'd tell me, go now, and then I knew this special place, and I thought there was just a special place that nobody else knew, but of course there wasn't. It was just a matter of kicking.
So he was your inspiration then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember your first competitive event?
The smallest one was just a cross country race in Dundalk, and it was probably a mile long. Yeah. But my biggest one, would have been like my biggest world championship. The first one was when I was about 38.
Yeah. And what did it feel like?
The first world championship I did was very exciting, and I was very nervous about going because I had to travel to Germany, book hotels, and there was an awful lot of arrangements. You have to book well in advance. You don't just turn up like a marathon and just pay a week or two beforehand. So it was very exciting, and I was kind of hoping to do very well. I had looked at the field, so I wanted to go out and show off and show what I could do.
And do you still get nervous nowadays?
All the time, every race, exactly the same. I suppose the nerves are a bit more under control now. I try to control them for the start of the race, so that I'm not nervous all the time, because being too nervous has detrimental effects. Yeah. So it's good to control nerves, but it's also good to have them.
And what would motivate you before going into races that you'd?
Motivation for me is kind of self. So I kind of motivate myself by thinking, what could I achieve today? Because usually I have a target, like an Irish record or a world record. So I always have a goal, even if it's a smaller goal. It might be just an Irish record, but if it's a big goal, it's a world record. Yeah. So usually, sometimes it's just my own records. But
something to aim for then.
Yeah, you always got to have a goal.
At one point, did your career really take off?
I think when I got my first world championship medal, when I went to the World Championships the first time, I got 5 medals. There was a gold, 2 silver and 2 bronze, and then I thought, that wasn't so bad. That was quite good. It was a bit easier than I thought. I thought if I came home with 1 medal, I didn't care what colour it was, if it was bronze, once I got a medal. But when I came home with 5, I thought, well, I could really train harder and I could get more. So I think it started from the first time I got a world medal, although my very first medal was a Leinster medal, and that was the first time I realised that I had talent. I just thought I liked running, but I didn't think I was good.
Did this affect your choice of personal career alongside the athletics?
It did help me, because when I started to get good at sport, I thought I should try and do something that I liked to do, that I had a passion for. Because when you're picking a job, I believe that you should do something that you really enjoy. Yeah. And I thought I should train a bit more in something I liked. So I did train to do personal training and aerobics, and then I thought I want to be better at what I do in my sport. So it steered me towards how can I improve myself in my sport. So then I studied physiotherapy, and I still wanted to improve more, so I studied nutrition. Yeah. So I have about 10 different qualifications now.
Crazy.
So it all helps in me and my sport, and it also helps others.
Yeah. Now I know that you've been in different countries for different competitions, but what has been your favourite?
I do like hot countries.
Yeah.
So in the summertime I go warm weather training, usually somewhere like Spain or Portugal. And then in the wintertime I like to go to Iceland because they have good indoor facilities. There's some really good coaches. So I'm actually heading to Iceland tomorrow.
Oh my god.
So that'll be winter training, and then when the summer comes I like 32 degrees.
I know. Same. I read that you broke a world record in Belgium in 2017. How did that feel?
Oh, that was amazing. Yeah, that was my first time I really broke a world record. I was getting world medals, but I hadn't targeted a world record. I really didn't believe I could do it.
Yeah.
So then I thought, you know, why don't I aim a little bit higher than just a world record? Because it's nice to leave your name in the record books. So I found a world record that was, I thought, achievable. And then I did it the very first time, and it was really good. It was just so exciting because there was lots of people there, and they were all, you know, cheering you on and made you feel important, and you made you feel good, and it was wanted me to break more records and more records.
Major achievement, like.
Well, you know, in that year, then the same year I broke another record, and then this year I broke 2 more. So that's 4 world records. Since I started breaking one, it becomes much easier. So the message there is aim high, and don't think that it's you know, out of your reach. You've just got to aim high and have a little belief in yourself.
Yeah.
And just a little tiny seed of belief can blossom so big that once you achieve it, it becomes much easier to get the next target.
What, like, are there any goals or records that you would like to do in the future?
At the moment I'm targeting pole vault because it's quite unusual for women to do pole vault, especially as they get older. It's very difficult. So I want to try and break another Irish record. I have about 5 in the pole vault, but every year I've got better and higher, which is a bit unusual because as you get older it gets tougher because you get a wee bit weaker and your flexibility drops normally. But mine has got better and better because of technique training. So I'd like to break another Irish record in the pole vault, and of course another world record in the decathlon.
Well, look, thank you for coming, Geraldine. I think you're a major inspiration to me and other people as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for asking me here.